All right, so final game against St. Louis, third to last game of the season, and disappointing finish, losing in overtime. Kempe kind of just coughed the puck up at the blue line, led to an odd man rush, and Justin Falk wins it. But honestly, for a low scoring game that we lost, I thought it was actually a pretty fun game to watch. Disappointing to not get more scoring chances, and definitely not get more goals. But I thought the Kings were playing pretty well tonight, and a lot of guys had pretty good games. Um, right off the bat, you got to talk about Gabe Vilardi continues his red hot streak, and Lias Andersson just continues to play so well for this team. He does everything. He stood up for Gabe Vilardi when Vilardi got hit really hard. Love to see that. That's the kind of guy and kind of player that you get from Lias Andersson. Just one of those Swiss Army knives. He's going to do everything on the ice, including standing up for his teammates. He's scrappy. He'll get into your face, and love to see it. And really, I mean, for a guy who everybody kind of wrote off last year, and then I think a lot of Kings fans kind of wrote him off after his first stint. If you've been watching the videos, I kept saying that they need to give Lias Andersson more chances because he didn't get enough playing time, and he's showing why. He's showing that he's the real deal. And that line with Velarde, him, and Iafallo is working, and they're playing really well, and it's fun to watch. I also thought that fourth line was really good tonight. Brendan Lemieux, I got to give him credit. I didn't like the move to get him. I still don't know exactly where he's going to slot in going forward. I think he's one of those guys that really is going to have to do a lot in training camp to keep his spot over some of the younger guys. But he had a pretty good game tonight, and he's finding his game. It's taken him a while to kind of get situated in the team, but he is playing a lot better now. And I also thought Austin Wagner, he played really well, both sides of the ice. He was making good defensive plays. There's one shift in particular where he really kind of took over offensively and made a couple of really good passes, which you don't really see from Wagner a lot. He has his speed, he'll get his breakaways, but kind of playmaking and being able to work a cycle is something that he hasn't shown that much. And I thought he did a really good job there. Again, another guy who's kind of going to have to really fight for a spot next year. But I've always kind of been a Wagner defender. I just think what he can bring to the game is really important. And for kind of a depth forward guy, I like what he brings to the team. And then Sean Walker, he's a guy who, it's not that I don't like Sean Walker, but I've criticized him just for his play at some points in the season. I thought he didn't look very good, and he has really come on as of late as well. Offensively, for sure, he's taken over on shifts. He's getting more active, taking the puck to the net. He did a lot of that tonight. But then also defensively, he's really holding his own. And I think part of it is definitely not being stuck with Curtis McDermott anymore. Um, he can kind of freely move around and not worry about maybe being a little more offensive, and he's not having to cover for McDermott's mistakes too much, and so that's really helping him. But you know, that being said, it was a very low scoring game, which is nice to see. I thought we defended really well, but you know, you want to see more offense from this team. Kupari, I thought he had a really good game. Again, he looked, active and like he was trying to do stuff. Athanasiu, I thought actually played pretty well on that first line defensively, which I kind of criticized the move of putting him on the top line. Athanasiu, another guy who, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the offseason because it's hard to place him in the lineup. Just kind of where does he fit and, how are things going to shake out. But like I said, thought he played well tonight. Kempe and Kopi didn't do much. There was times actually where Athanasiu had a chance, and I think he had that problem of when you play with a guy like Kopitar, you kind of second guess yourself and try and force the puck to the better player, and that kind of ruined a couple chances. But really not a lot of scoring chances from both teams. Cal Peterson played well. Can't fault him for the game winning goal. And then I thought for the Kings, the power play at the end was really good. They made some good moves. Kempe kind of passed it down to Iafallo. It was a little tic tac toe with Vilardi, and he just put it wide. But that's something that the Kings really haven't done a lot. And with the struggles that the Kings power play have had, they have to figure new things out. And so I liked what I saw there with just trying something different. It wasn't the same, kind of give and take with Kempe, Doughty, and Kopi on the blue line, just kind of not knowing what to do. That was a decent step. And I really thought they actually had a chance to win it late. Unfortunately, they don't. But you know what? It was a decent game. 2 more to go against Colorado. It's going to be a little bit rough at the end of the year, but hey, we got to appreciate the hockey while it's still going, because after the season, it's going to be a pretty long wait. And I'm excited for everything that's coming up in the future with the draft, free agency, all that. I'm gonna keep making these videos and do some kind of year in review stuff. So definitely subscribe to the channel. Don't think that after the season this is going to go away. And thank you guys for watching. Yeah, if you can leave a like, leave a comment, something like that, that would be really cool. And I will see you for the last couple of games where we say goodbye to hopefully the end of the tank and rebuild phase, and then we can finally welcome in the new era of the Los Angeles Kings.